Hello friends! If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by and I hope you enjoy it. For those of you who are my fans and subscribers, welcome back and thank you for the patronage. I deeply appreciate it. Today's topic is Jim Jones, the early 1970s. This is when he is in San Francisco. The People's Temple greatly expanded in the early 1970s, but this brought with it many problems. One event, not important at the time, but contributing to the downfall, was the birth of a child, John Victor Stone, in 1972. His birth certificate indicated that Timothy Stone was the father, but apparently in April the previous year, he had asked Jones to impregnate his wife. A couple weeks later, after John's birth, Timothy signed a document to this effect, countersigned by Marcelin Jones. At this stage of the People's Temple, people would often sign incriminating documents to show their loyalty to the movement. However, 5 years later, the custody dispute involving this document became one of the catalysts in the cult's destruction. The early 1970s saw the first negative coverage of the church. Starting in September of 1972, Reverend Consalving attacked Jones's grandiose messianic delusions and began investigating the cult's authoritarian structure. Consalving only published 4 articles, mostly due to the People's Temple activism, but after these articles, Jones began viewing the media as an enemy. In 1973, 8 members of the People's Temple leadership defected, creating even more problems for the cult. Some returned 4 years later in what Jones saw as a conspiracy of traitors, media, and the U.S. government. It was then that Jones first raised the possibility of mass suicide as a solution. It was also during this time that church membership rose to between 3,000 and 5,000 members, though it claimed a total of 20,000 members. In this time, Jones became increasingly involved in San Francisco politics, for placing Temple support behind George Moscone in 1975. Jones secured an appointment to the San Francisco Housing Authority in October of 1976. It was also during this time that Jones received recognition for his supposed humanitarian work. Yet despite this public praise, Jones felt vulnerable to persecution. In 1977, as an alternative to mass suicide, Jones had the idea to relocate outside the United States. In 1973, Jones decided to open a mission in Guyana and opened negotiations to lease 27,000 acres near the Venezuelan border. 2 reasons Jones decided on Guyana was that it was an English-speaking country and the socialist regime was sympathetic to the church. This also served the Guyanese political agenda by having a buffer of Americans by the Venezuelan border to help dissuade territorial expansion and encourage development of the Guyanese interior. The negotiation resulted in Jones leasing 3,000 acres. The first members of People's Temple arrived in Georgetown in March 1974, and about 15 members began clearing the jungle and breaking ground by June on what would be Jonestown. By 1975, Jones had sent about 50 members to Jonestown, and they were kept busy by clearing jungle, building houses, and making space for People's Temple agricultural project. Well, friends, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for this episode. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to be notified when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. I have been notified. Notifications aren't working well right now, but I usually have something out every day. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this episode. If you would like to support the channel, you may do so on my PayPal. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a couple of videos from my library. If you have not watched them, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, goodbye.